This boat behind me is a rather intriguing craft. It's a Greenline 48. And there's some rather interesting features about it. It's not a mainstream boat at all. It's kind of almost like a hybrid between a trawler yacht and a conventional Flybridge cruiser, and in fact it's a hybrid in more ways than one, because you can get this boat with hybrid drive. They've done a lot of work on this with regard to electric drive and also solar power. But let's go and have a look on board and I'll show you what I mean. So the first thing that we'll see is these really wide side decks for a 50-foot boat or sub 50 feet boat. These are great, and they lead up to this really nice sunbathing area up here on the front. And I like the deep bulwarks as well. You can see them just here. That means that you've got a really secure feeling as you walk on the boat, and it gives that kind of little ship feel. Now this is what I'm talking about things like solar panels. So these fellows up here, what they've done is really up-spec'd the batteries on here, and they charge either from the engines or from the shore power or from those solar panels. And then the idea is that you run a lot of your 240 volt high load stuff directly from those without needing to run a generator, or indeed even fit a generator if you don't want to. Love these overhangs just here. Again, nice motor yacht touch. And then we've got the cockpit at the back, of course, like so. Yeah, let's head on inside. Now they've gone for the galley aft, and they've gone for the big window that lifts, which we're seeing more and more of, and of course that connects these areas really well. They've also put this little bar area here that extends out, so this, when that window is shut, is closed, but when it's open it just gives you a bit more work surface to serve out food or drink. And then on the inside there's a big fridge freezer over there on this side, and then your seating area up ahead. Nice social area, like these big windows. Not a great view out of that side, much better view out of that side. This is Swanwick Marina near Southampton. Very nice. Okay, let's head on forward. You've got your helm position is up here. Love this side door, so you've got access straight out from there. And this lift seat here means, first of all, it makes it really easy to walk through. Also means you can stand and drive the boat if you want to when you're down here. And a nice helm. I like the way they put this dark colour in here, so it's all nice and low glare. Okay, let's head on down. So it's a 3 cabin layout. You've got 2 guest cabins, one either side. These are pretty decent size really. Headroom drops a bit as you go back, but certainly plenty of room there to sit in bed and read if you want to. And as you come further forward towards this end, it lifts right up. Loads of light as well in there. And then behind me there is a very similar cabin on this side. Nice big window in there, plenty of light and plenty of storage too. And in fact this one has ensuite access to the day heads, which is just behind the doors. This is the door from the passageway into here, so of course at night it can either be ensuite. So you've got a door here into this cabin, or you can access it from the other cabin through this door, and obviously then lock both doors ideally. Let's head on forward. Master cabin is at the front on this boat. Really nice size, look at that. And one thing I do like is these big windows that they put in all the way around here, so that you've actually got a decent view out, as well as the portholes further down. And what's nice is they've cut away those bulwarks. You can see on this side, you can see through here, you see the way they've cut away these bulwarks just here, and that means you've got a great view straight out. Otherwise you'd just be looking at white GRP. Okay, so that's that in there. TV up on the wall. Let's head on out and I'll show you the Flybridge. So back through this saloon area and this galley aft layout, and the Flybridge is accessed over here. Some decent steps up the side, and then up on top. It's a great size Flybridge actually, it extends a long way back, so there's sunbathing at the back. It hasn't got a goalpost radar arch, it's got this mast, which is quite nice. I like the stainless steel work they've done here with space for the radar, so it gets it really up and out the way. Then a dinette opposite the wet bar. This has got your barbecue in and your sink, and there's a fridge underneath, and then a double helm in front of that. But one thing I think is very clever is this is a great size, loads of seating, plenty of space. But actually what you can do with this one is you can pull the front of it and the whole thing cantilevers back, and that is now giving you more forward facing seating right alongside the helm. So when you're underway there's plenty of room for people to sit and enjoy a lovely summer's evening. Look at that, Fabulous. Let's have a quick look in the engine room. So that is under the floor. Actually worth mentioning, there's a pretty good bit of storage under the floor in the saloon. So if we open this one, plenty of space there for whatever it is you want to tuck away. And the engine access itself is back in the cockpit. Now this one's got Cummins engines, they're 380 horsepower each. And that's giving the boat about 25 knots. Let's head on down and take a look. Now interestingly, this is a conventional shaft drive, but there are no shafts at the back of the engines, and the reason for that is it's using V drives. So your engines are here on both sides, but the power comes out forwards. Let's see if we can see it, to the gearbox at the front of the engine, and then you can see the shafts down underneath, so that they're accessing out of the hull just there. And what that does is it puts the engines further back in the boat, and that gives you more room for cabins, but it also still gives you a conventional shaft drive. Quite a decent sized engine room, really. Good. That's that. And the last thing to mention is that this one's actually got a small crew cabin on it, tucked under the back seat. Let's just move my other camera. So underneath here, there we go. Now this one hasn't been fitted out. This is just storage on this boat, but you can see that there's a shelf here. It's just about big enough to put a single bed in. So you could fit that out as a crew cabin if you wanted, but actually it works really well as a storage area, as we've got on this boat. There's masses of space for all your gear. So there you go, full tour of the Greenline 48. Now it's worth mentioning that my colleagues at Motorboat and Yachting have done a full sea trial review of this one on their YouTube channel, so I'll put a link to that in the description. If you head over there you can see what it drives like. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed that tour, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, take care, bye bye. It's all dead professional this, you know. It's effective. Yeah. For sure.